Hello, everyone. Today I will be reading a short excerpt of my book, Purpose Driven. The meaning of life is found in the purpose to live. The objective of this short reading is to reintroduce my book, Purpose Driven, and also also my journey in the podcasting arena, and also to introduce my new channel called Ideation. So majority of what I am aiming to do with this channel and this podcast is to discuss some of the ideas that are expressed in my book, and also to write my second book as I have those interviews and as I produce this content. So you might ask, okay, what is the history of the book? I started writing this book. I started writing this book in 2015. And I published it in 2019 via KDP Publishing, Kindle Direct Publishing. And this book progressed in a natural manner. That's the iteration. This was the first design, the first cover, purpose driven. As you can see, I tried to capture the idea of breaking chains right then and there. You can see that the first cover was breaking chains, and as naturally as possible, as things grew, I again tried to express the cover of the book in a more universal manner. It had a picture of the universe. It was trying to speak to something, but finally I settled for this cover. Purpose driven, the meaning of life is found in the purpose to live. Basically, as you can see, the imagery shown here is behind the idea, the myth of Sisyphus. And that's a very interesting idea where the Sisyphus was happy with pushing a boulder uphill. And just before he got to the top of the hill, the boulder always rolled back to the bottom, and he had to push it up again. He was satisfied with his predicament, you would call it that. And this was the inspiration behind the cover of this book. So I'm going to read my short extract now from page 12. This book is about 140 pages, 142 to 43 pages. And page 12, I'm just going to read a short paragraph from page 12. When I was motivated to write, men and women all over the world have been keeping themselves down for centuries because they have not utilized the mind effectively and efficiently. The mind is like a two-edged sword. The same mind that will give you success is the same one that could bring you lack, failure, and limitation. The mind is comparable to fertile land, and you are a farmer. Whatever seed you plant in the mind, you will harvest. After keeping himself down by the misuse of his own mind, the struggling man will concoct endless alibis to explain the reason for his failure in life. The sad thing is that they believe those alibis so much that they try to get others into believing their self-fulfilling prophecies by telling lies or giving half-truths. The famous American radio speaker, Earl Nightingale, who spoke about topics like human character development and meaningful existence, summarized it nicely. We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. A lot of us are keeping ourselves down because of ignorance when knowledge is free. It is even more available now than before. Right now, we are living in a golden age. This was written in 2015, long before Donald Trump announced the era of the golden age. But let's continue. The world is at our fingertips. The paradox is that the more knowledge is available to us, the less we think. Thomas Lounsbury, an American scholar and educator, had the same idea in mind when he said, "We must view with profound respect the infinite capacity for the human mind to resist the inroads of useful knowledge. The ignorant suffers over trifling matters. Do not feel upset that you might fall in the ignorant category. Be upset that you have a box of gold and you have never opened it. Don't waste your emotional discomfort over trivial matters, but train your mind to rise above the normal. Be resourceful. Make use of every experience, even the one you place the negative labels on. We are all ignorant about a lot of things. The problem is that we do not know that we are ignorant, and that is dangerous. Martin Luther King once documented as making this statement: "Nothing in this world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity." This is page 12. And what I'm trying to accomplish with this podcast and what I'm trying to accomplish with this book, and this book is actually, it was Albert Einstein who said, if you cannot teach a 6-year-old something complex, you yourself have not understood it. You have not understood it. So I published the ideas from this book, Purpose Driven, into a children's book called Giant Magical Pants. And later I will do a reading of this entire book, and I'm going to post it on my page. It's a very, to say the least, it's an informative book for the imaginative mind of the young child, because children view the world differently because they have a different set of different set of ideas that they interpret the world through, and that's why we have to teach them at their level, and they're more imaginative in their thinking. So this book is more of logical argument for the idea that the meaning of life is found in the purpose to live, and I try my best to express the same philosophical idea in imagery so that a 6-year-old would understand. Basically, the idea of the meaning of life is found in the purpose to live is what I was trying to write in this book, is that a valuable aim is important for development and all type of development. A valuable aim gives the individual responsibility. When you aim at something valuable, and we must define what value is. Value doesn't only serve the subject, that the value serves, for example, you, the individual. It serves you. It serves, when something is valuable, it serves you. It serves your family. It serves your community. It serves your nation. It goes as far as serving your region. And if you have the proclivity to go that far, it can even serve the world in some sense. So what is valuable is not what benefits you singularly as a person. It's what benefits you on all those levels of attention. So basically, what I wrote about is that when an individual, man or woman, aims at something that's beneficial to his environment, beneficial to him, beneficial to his country, beneficial to his family, and beneficial to himself, this gives him the feeling, or gives this activate the instinct for meaning and purpose, something that is within us, and it takes up his responsibility. And if you have more persons thinking and acting in that way, I think if you are in an institution, persons understand the aim, persons understand the vision, and they are able to make the necessary sacrifices to work towards that mission, which they would have to agree with, that vision, that mission, that aim, which they would have to agree with. You would have a productive society, you'd have a productive enterprise, you'd have a productive institute, you will have productive institutions. And that's the idea that I explained in this book. And there was a lapse between my podcast, when I was doing the podcast, because a lot of what was expressed in the book, I spent my time implementing it. I spent my time making it practical. I spent my time making it pragmatic, because I believe knowledge is a tool, and knowledge is practical, knowledge is pragmatic. If you have knowledge and you are not using not your knowledge to serve others, you are rendering the knowledge worthless. That's Haile Selassie who has a quote like that, and I think I quoted this in this book. So I spent a lot of time making this book very practical, making this, you would call it the philosophy of the meaning of life is found in the purpose to live, implementing it in the everyday institutions, implementing it in my personal life, implementing it in the institutions that I work, and the ideas that's in this book. And right now, I'm journeying to publish the second book, which is called The Value Hierarchy, the Attentional Priority of Consciousness. And because of the advancements of technology, it would be very wise in some sense to speak a lot about the ideas that is coming and the ideas that I have already expressed. This is what I am journeying outward on, and this is what I will invite you to go on the journey, to see how this iteration, whatever is starting here today, how it will develop across time, and how we are going to go on a journey together. If you have the ability to think and speak about ideas and interested in ideas for development, I think the channel of ideation is the channel for you. And God knows what happens. You might be one of the guests on our podcast. So I've been waiting for a very long time to reintroduce and recommence this mission. It's something that we started before. And today I just decided to just jump into the unknown. No preparation, no type of training, or no type of practicing what to say. I just set up the camera, come straight before the camera, and just see exactly what I'm going to do. And this is what majority of this is going to be. It's not going to be pre-recorded. It's not going to be a way like you. It's going to be speaking directly from what you are interested in. You are going to see the flaws. You are going to see the mistakes. And if you are interested, like I said, in joining this channel, we are going to grow together, and we are going to aim at proper development for our institutions, our country, our people. And what I'm aiming at is to develop a brand of leadership, a new brand of leadership, especially in this information and technological age. So this is a journey that we're embarking on, and I would like you to join us, as this is as natural as this could be, and we could go together and decide how we can make this the best possible channel for development that we can manage right here in the Caribbean and St. Lucia. So where we go, let's continue the journey from strength to strength.